Right.
I might need to make another tea for this.
Right. So, 2016. So, and this one, I'm going to give you an example about, you know what I said to you about, you got to listen to that voice in your head. Right. So 2016, December the 2nd, I think it was. The night before, me and the missus had a little row. But it was it was weird because after the row, something said to me, you need to go and make peace tonight. And I was like, because don't get me wrong, when I'm stubborn, I can be stubborn. I can be like, nah, they need to learn. I ain't talking to you until you say sorry or acknowledge what you've done.
Yeah.
But something said to me, it ain't about that. You need to go and make peace. So gave her a hug, gave her a kiss. All right, cool. Look, let's just agree to disagree, whatever. Left it. Next day was a Saturday. She'd gone to work because she's a makeup artist. She'd gone to work. I had a day off. Something said to me, take the day off so she can go to work. I was thinking, all right. So I took the day off. She can go and do her work, her makeup thing. I stayed at home with the kids. So I'm going to fast forward now, yeah? So I'm going to fast forward now to 6 p.m. at night. My phone goes off. And I see it says the missus' name. So I pick up the phone. I'm like, hello? This guy picks up and he's like, oh, are you remote? And I'm like, yeah. And he said, look, I can't stay too long. The battery's about to go dead. You need to come and collect your partner. She's being sick. I'm like, cool. All right. Kids, get in the car. I just literally made dinner. They were all washed up and everything. I was like, all right, cool. Let's get in the car. So I'm like, kids, get in the car. Let's go and pick mummy up. She's been ill for some reason. I don't know what's happened. So we get there. We get to the location. And as I pull up, I could see her on the floor, just there, and there's the ambulance and everything. So I'm thinking, what's going on? So I've come round, and I see she's going blue. And I see the ambulance man is like shouting, saying, breathe, you got to breathe. She's not breathing, she's going purple. So I'm like, what's going on? They're like, someone just found her face down at the entrance. We don't know what's going on. So that's why we're here. So they're basically screaming, saying, breathe. So I'm like, yo, Nick, you got to breathe, man. Come on, breathe. She's not breathing. I'm like, Nick, breathe. Then she lets out a bubble and goes, so then she starts to get colour back in her face. So they basically whisk her away, take her to the hospital. So I'm just a little bit like confused. Like, okay, I'm baffled. I'm thinking, what's going on? So then I've then called one of my friends. I said, yo, can you do me a favor? I need you to watch my kids for a minute at this location where I'm at now while I make a few phone calls and stuff like that. So I called the father-in-law. I said, look, Nick's going to be going to hospital. I don't know what it's about. Can you meet me at mine so you can look after the kids so I can go and, find what's going on? And he's like, yeah, cool, all right. So my father-in-law's gone to my yard. I'm driving to my house. I get a phone call from the hospital saying, where are you? And I said, oh, just taking the kids home, then I'll be with you. I'm like, what's going on? This is when it starts, yeah? The guy goes to me, when you get here, you might have to make a choice. So I'm like, okay, what do you mean make a choice? Just get here. And I'm like, okay. So my mind's going crazy, like thinking, what does he mean by that? And at the time, I can look back now, and deep down, I knew what he meant by that. And you know what I mean when they say make a choice, yeah?
Yeah.
Basically, you're going to turn the machine off. That kind of talk. So then, drop the kids off. I drive to the hospital. I park up. I'm walking, and as I walk around the corner, I see the doctor come round. And he's like, "You're Ramon?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Right." He said, "Look, we recommend you might have to turn the machine off." And I'm like, "Mate, you need to rewind, start again. Yeah. Why? What's going on? What's happened?" And he's like, "Right, have you heard of an aneurysm?" And I'm like, "Yeah, her granddad had one of those. He died during surgery. He had one of those, I think, near his heart or something." And he was like, "Yeah, that happened to your missus, but on her brain." So I was like, "Oh, right." And then literally everything slowed down. Literally, I'm not hearing him anymore. I've gone into this whole new zone. I remember when I said earlier about how you've got different patches in the puzzle.
Yeah.
My brain started to go into this vision thing where it was all black. And there was just like one square that I could see, and I was thinking, what is going on? So I started going crazy, start smashing things and moving things, going crazy. So then they call in security, and they're like, Ramon, calm down, calm down. So I've come back, and I'm like, and he's like, right, you need to, and he's like, you're right. I said, right, don't touch me, leave me alone for a minute. So then I've come back. It felt like eternity, but I think I've come back into the room. And then he was like, did you hear what I said? I said, right. And then me, Ramon, how I was raised, remember what I said to you about being strong-minded and don't let people bully you to do things that you don't want to do, yeah? So then I've gone into myself and I've gone, right, I hear what you're saying about you want to turn the machine off, but I said, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to give her a chance. We're going to give her a fighting chance, go through all the processes, and then we reevaluate and then see at the end what we're going to do, but we're not going to turn the machine off. Yeah, but she's got a brain aneurysm, the brain's bleeding. I said, listen, I know it sounds really weird what I'm going to say to you, but she'll come through this. Just trust me, she'll come through this. They're like, again, I said, I hear what you're saying. I'm not going to repeat myself anymore. I'm not going to sign anything to do that. It's not happening. We're going to go through all we're going to go through all the processes. So he's walked off. He's then sent someone, like one of the doctors, and he said, oh, my colleague said, I said, listen, I know what you're going to say. I'm only going to tell you the same thing. We're not turning the machine off, so move on. Let's move on. What can we do right now? They were like, well, we're helping her to breathe at the moment. We need to transport her from Worthing to Brighton ICU. Now, Worthing to Brighton, when it's a normal day, is about, you can say 35, 40 minutes maybe. Yeah? Now, this is Saturday night. Saturday night. People are out. It's nice. It's hot weather. Partying. People. It's busy. So bear that in mind, yes. Normally about 40 minutes, right? So he's like, yeah, we're helping her to B. We need to get her from A to B. So I said, okay, so what are we waiting for? They were like, well, this is the next thing. We can't find a driver who wants to transport Nicola from there to there. I'm like, are you serious? So then time passed about 10, 20 minutes. And then the ambulance driver who took Nicola to Worthing in the first place walked in, and he was like, oh, are you still here? And I'm like, yeah, they can't find a driver to take her from there to there. They were like, right, we'll take her. So they took her. And then the driver was a female paramedic. And she was like, look, I'm going to be going fast, so you need to buckle up. I'm going to be going fast, basically. She got to Brighton within, I think it was less than 20 minutes. Fast. Wow. So she was going stupid speed. So we got there quick, got there. So we get there. She's like, look, good luck. I said, no worries, thank you. So she's gone. They've obviously come, taken her away. So I'm walking with them. They're like, look, you need to go home and get some rest. I'm like, I'm not going to go home. My partner's on her deathbed. Something just happened. I'm not going to go home. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to chill. They're like, okay, well, can you wait in this room? So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm waiting in this room. So then I'm pacing up and down, trying to get more information. And they've come down again. They're trying to convince me. I said, look, not going to happen. I've told you, just trust me. She'll come through this. So then I said, no, I'm not going to leave her bedside. I want to stay with her. They're like, no. I said, no, I'm not leaving. They called security on me. Bit of a tussle. They bundled me into this room. They said, stay here. So obviously I must have fallen asleep. Yeah. And then the Sunday morning opened now. So I've woken up. I've come out and I see her bed's not there. So I naturally freak out and panic. And I'm like, where is she? Where is she? I'm kicking off. They're like, calm down, sir, calm down. She's upstairs getting her scans and that. And I'm like, right, okay. Is she all right? They were like, well, we don't know. We're just taking scans. They're like, look. And obviously I've had sleep, so I've had a bit of clarity and everything's calmed down now. So they're like, look, we suggest you go home, be with the kids, because you're no use to Nicola right now. Tired, you can't do anything. So obviously I'm thinking, let me go home and then talk to the kids then. So I've come home, and at this time, Liberty Rose was 6, Roxana was 3, and Tides was a baby. Yeah. So I've come home, and then obviously I've updated my father, and I said, look, this is what's going on. So he's left and gone. So I've sat with my kids at the table, and then Liberty Rose goes to me, is Mummy coming home? And I said, well, I don't know. And I said, listen, Liberty Rose, I've never really asked anything of you, but this is going to be a big thing I'm going to ask of you. I said, look, you're now second in command now in this house while Mummy's not here. I said, I need you to be a big sister, help your young sister get ready for nursery. I'll look after Tyler, who's a baby, and look after mummy. Can you do that? She's like, yeah, I'll do that, daddy. And then, obviously, I got upset at the table. And then she literally goes to me, "You okay, daddy?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm just a bit confused." And that's when she goes, "Just blink." She goes, "Just blink and breathe." And I was like, I looked at her and I was like, "Blink and breathe." Wow, okay. And it hit me. And I was just like, God damn, wow, 6 years old, giving her dad advice, like, do you know what I mean? So I was like, okay, blink and breathe. Okay, cool, sweet. So then they're obviously asking me questions. I'm like saying, what's happened? I said, well, mummy's had an accident. We don't know, and all this. So obviously, time passes. I got up to the hospital that same Sunday. And then they said I could see her. She's just laying there out cold, all wired up and everything. And I believe when someone's not with it, they can still kind of hear you. It's subconscious mind kind of thing. So I'm just talking to her, just saying, look, Nick, look, you've got 3 kids. It's not your time to go. We've been through a hell of a lot. We've survived a house fire. You've survived a bus crash. We've been through a hell of a lot as a couple, and people hating on our relationship, trying to break us up and making stuff up. I said, look, now ain't the time for you to be going. The kids need you. I need you. So, and then one of the nurse comes in and then says, is she responding? I'm like, no, nothing yet. So then I like sit back and I start to pray, saying, you know what, God, seriously, now's not the time. We've got unfinished business, so many more goals to hit and stuff like that. And then I held her hand and I started to pray. And then the nurse is watching and I'm praying. And then I said, I hope you don't mind. She was like, no, fine, do your thing. So I'm praying and then I turned to Nick and I said, look, Nick, if you can hear me, just squeeze my finger. She squeezed my finger.
Mad.
The nurse is like, did she just literally? I said, yeah, she did. They're like, oh my God, this is big. So she's obviously run off, called people down to say, look, she responded to him by squeezing his finger on that. Now, she didn't do it again after that. She just kind of just laid there still. So then they've come down. The doctor says, look, okay, so we said, we've heard that you don't want to turn the machine off. Next thing is operation. I said, okay, what are the options? And he's like, so we've got 2 options for the operation. We either directly drill straight to her head and then do all the clamping, or we go through the groin, up, out the neck, back in the neck, and then into the head, and then do what we got to do. And I said to him, I truly believed she was going to come through this. There was no doubt in my mind she was not going to come through this and be fine. So then I then said to the doctor, well, look, if you go through the head, haven't you got to shave her head? And he's like, yeah. And I said, well, if you do that, when she wakes up, she's going to be pissed with me. So don't do that. She's going to be really upset. So let's go. Do you know what I mean? So I said, look, let's go through the second option and go through the groin up. And they were like, okay, cool. So then they were doing that the Monday. So I've gone home. Let's fast forward again. So they do the operation and everything. And then I'm obviously worried, thinking, damn, did it work? And I'm with my father-in-law and my sister-in-law at the time. And then they ring me and they say, right, Ramon, are you sitting down? I'm like, no. So I'm nervous, thinking, what are they going to say to me?
Yeah.
So then I'm sitting down and they're like, well, good news. Operation went well. She's stable. Everything's all fine. And I'm like, that's what I needed to hear. That's good. I'm like, what did you do? What's going on? They're like, well, we've had to insert 5, which is the max you can have. We had to put 5 coils in our heads, basically. So basically, an aneurysm is like, imagine like a bicycle wheel, and the inner tube pokes out. It's got a bubble, and it pops. So it's like that. So she had 5 of those basically in her head.
Right.
So they had to clamp 5 of those basically in her head and clean up the bloods and do what they had to do, amazing stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I said, look, is she responded? They said, no, she's stable, but she's not waking up yet. So this is about 3 weeks before Christmas. So then I'm going to try to fast forward a bit. So then when I kept going back to visit, when she eventually woke up, she had 6 to 8 months memory loss.
I was going to say, did you remember anything? Yeah.
All she knew was me and her dad. That was it. She never knew who the kids were. She never knew who her mum was, never knew who her sister was, never knew who her friends were. Her dates were all over the place. When I told her, look, you got 3 kids, she was like, what? 3? Jeez, like, what? Crazy. Didn't believe it. All she remembered was me and her dad. But they say whenever you collapse, whether it's you get knocked out or whatever it is, the last image on your brain is what you kind of remember when you eventually wake up. So obviously at that time when she collapsed, she was obviously thinking about me and her dad, basically. So then obviously over time, I kept showing her pictures of the kids for her to kind of get the memory and everything back and everything. And then I think it was about a week before Christmas, she eventually remembered who Tyler was. She remembered Roxana. And I thought, let me do some tests. She's not faking it, just going, yeah, I know who they are. I asked her some serious questions.
That only she would know.
Do you know what I mean? So I asked her questions and she answered all of them. Then she knew who the eldest was eventually. And then she was like, look, can I come home for Christmas? I said, look, I don't know if it's a good idea because if you have a bit of a lapse or anything and the kids are not going to understand. Cut long story short, I let her come home for Christmas. Bad idea. She didn't rest. She kept trying to clean and stuff and moving stuff. And so she wasn't coming home for good, but just like for Christmas, she was going back. And then she went back to hospital. And I'm going to fast forward now. So I'm going to fast forward months. When they eventually released her, they said, yeah, you passed all the tests. Everything's all good. She came home for good then. I then decided to go back just myself. I thought, let me go back to the hospital and talk to that doctor that said, turn the machine off. So I went back to him. I said to him, do you remember me? And he was like, with all due respect, I see so many people. I said, cool. I said, look, in 2016, my partner had an aneurysm. Do you remember? Rings a bell. And he said to me, turn the machine off. And he was like, yeah, rings a bell. And he's like, how's she getting on? You know, did she make? I said, she's fine. She's at home. She's with the kids. It's all good. And he just couldn't believe it. He was like, what, did she make it full recovery? I said, yep. Nothing's wrong with her at all. Yeah, even now, she's got, her fatigue is pretty bad. Her time lapse can be a little bit up and down, meaning, so we can watch something, it's just started, and then she'll be like, well, it's been off for ages, and it hasn't. So sometimes she would have that, but her memory's fine, it's better. Yeah, she's got a few things in her brain that keep flicking like a light switch where she can't quite remember why she was going to do something, little things, but full recovery. To look at her, you wouldn't know. Everything is all Chris. And he was just like, wow. And I said, this is what I said to you. Don't be so quick to want to turn the machine off.
Yeah.
I told you she was going to make it back and she'll be fine. You need to listen to people more and trust what they say. I know you're the expert, but you're not the expert of my partner. I am. And I know what she's like. She's mentally strong. I'm mentally strong. I'm not easily swayed by chitter. And this is what I told you. And he was like, well done, man. Thanks for that. So gave him that feedback. And that's what I would say to you lot. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. And like when you said as well about your calling and the religious beliefs, how do you explain that? Do you see what I'm saying?
You would have missed out on so much if you would have just
took their word
as gospel.
That's what I'm saying. So
think about how much richer it is for having the strength to say no.
And the thing is, the majority of people in this world, if a doctor says, I recommend you do that, they'll go, well, you're the expert. Okay, then.
Yeah.
And they'll do it. But whereas me, like I'm teaching my kids, if something don't seem right, it ain't right. Don't do it just because they tell you to.
I guess that's the same example of what I literally just said from the book is questioning the doctor. The doctor says something, yes, you are the expert, but I've got a mouth, I've got a mind, I know what I think, I know what I believe. Like, you say one thing, all right, cool, but we don't believe the same thing. So
it's mad. Because I remember when we were going through all of this, and then when it got serious, I thought, you know what, let me go to Tesco where it happened, where she collapsed. I said to myself, let me go back and do some investigation to find out if she slipped or if it was an accident. Because if she slipped, obviously I'm gonna sue, do you know what I mean? So I went there, went to security, I said to security, look, can you bring up some footage from this date, this time, roughly, And he's like, all right. He said, do you mind? I need to watch it first and then let you know if it's okay. I said, okay, cool. And when he's watching it, he literally went like that. And I was like, oh, snap. So obviously you can see what's happened.
Yeah.
And then he was like, you sure you want to watch this? I said, and I was like, I don't want to, but I need to watch to see. And he's like, cool, watch it. And it's weird. You see her walk in, she walks in, scratching her head like this. Then she goes off. And then she's got a trolley. She's piling the trolley with all sorts, just random. She walks past security without paying, which is weird, with all the stuff, food and clothes, everything. Yeah. She walks past security without paying, stands at the door, the entrance, and you literally just see her standing there. She just drops. And I was like, God, that image will never leave me, ever. And I was just like, and I was like, cool. He was like, you happy with that? I said, yeah. It was an accident. Cool, safe, nice one. Yeah. And I was wondering, thinking, God damn.
It's crazy.
So obviously, little did she know when she was scratching her head, it was starting.
Yeah.
It was the start. And do you remember when I said to you the night before, something said you need to go and make peace. You need to go and make peace.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, man. Listen to that voice, man, and just trust the process, and just, it's hard. Again, we're going through some messed up times at the moment, and it's very easy to settle. Don't settle for anything, whether it's a relationship, anything. I'm tired of being single. Yeah, she's not quite right, but don't settle. Go for what you want. Go for number one. Don't settle. Usain Bolt, don't settle for second place. Simone Biles, gymnasts, don't settle for silver. Do you know what I mean? The Williams sisters, they don't settle for now. Go for number one, whether it's work, relationship. Do not settle. That's my biggest advice. And take risks. Take risks. Do you know what I mean?
I'd agree.
Cold, man. Cold. I feel like we'll probably need like a part 2 for, I guess, the police element of it, because people will have questions. And now you've let him off lightly, and
I'm sure there'll be a lot of feedback, and then something will happen as well. Something will happen.
Listen,
you'll be
anytime, man. Like you don't know me. I'll tell you as it is. I'm just whatever you don't want to ask, I'll answer. Like I said, things are changing all the time. So I might experience something, and I'll be like, oh wow, these lot were like this. So I'll keep you guys in mind if anything juicy happens, or if I experience anything positive or negative. Yeah, man. Anytime, man. This is what.
Yeah, no. Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it,
cool, man. We need to let these guys out there know, man. Like, you guys doing your thing, what you're doing, which I love. I've always supported you lot since day one. I'm one of your biggest fans. You know what I mean? So just keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna get people say stuff to you, like, Mandem. What's all that? Get out, man. Get in the bin, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, just keep doing what you're doing. Be true to you. It's hard because you see all these other podcasts and they're doing this, and be true to you. And I'm telling you, one day it's just gonna just blow without you realize. You be like, so be ready, because that time, no doubt, is coming. Because people, I'm telling you, being in the police, and I'm talking to the public, they want realness. They want the truth. They're sick and tired of this Mary Poppins. Nah, they want the realness, and this is why I love Sussex. How the organisation, they're embracing it now. They're like, you know what, for real, let's do this. Yeah. And again, it's not going to be easy. I'll tell all you guys who are listening, it is changing. It's not going to be easy. Unfortunately, because I'm not in the Met, so I can't change the Mets' way of thinking. But I think when the Mets see what Sussex are doing, it'll naturally follow suit anyway, and people will just, you know what I mean, embrace it. So keep doing what you're doing, keep fighting, boys, and just man, we'll definitely come back and
man. Safe.
Go deep.
Ram, one question I wanted to ask: when you watch like TV series like police dramas, is it anything? What do you think about them? Anything like that?
Ram thinks he's Luther.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Alice.
You know what? Do you know what? I can honestly tell you, it is like that. It's crazy. It's crazy how real it is, because obviously when I see things, especially when like when they go to custody or if they're doing a chase in the car, it's crazy. It is like that. It's so fast paced.
Yeah,
it's quick. Like, I've been in the car with my colleague. It's a 40, but we were on blues, so like we had to get to something fast. I swear he was doing like 60 on the roundabout. It's crazy speed. Like, these drivers, the talent is wow. Like, I put my name down to do like Blues and Taser and all of that, and PSU and the riot stuff and that. It is literally like what you see on TV. Obviously, they've edited certain
enhance,
bits,
of course.
Of course.
Obviously, some things they can't show, but it is. It's funny, man. It's especially at the custody. That some of the custody sergeants make me laugh. Yeah. When I walk in and like one of them calls me Righty, he calls me Ian Wright. He's like, yeah, Righty, he's in the house. I'm like, it's just jokes, man. It's funny, but it's a whole new world. Like I said, I'm still learning, and I thank you lot. I thank everyone. Shout out to everyone that's supporting my Twitter journey with the police. Shout out to Nick May, Hodder, Smithy, C-section. You know who you are. There's so many people that's helped me along my way with my journey, and man, you know it's to be continued. Is what I'll say to you lot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
Well, definitely to be continued, man.
I got a quick one just before bring-ins. I got this parking ticket, Ram. Yeah.
Off mic, When we stop recording, we'll get that in.
We'll talk about that. Bring-ins. What are we saying?
So Ram. So this part, I don't know if Mac explained it before, but this part is just bringing anything that you find that you've been interested in the last couple of weeks, months, however long. So it could be a song, a TV show, a book to read, somewhere to visit. You can't really do much now, but anything that you find of interest. Just now's the time to learn.
Oh, jeez. I tell you what, an album, and I ain't bought an album in time. Dua Lipa.
Okay.
Dua Lipa's album, my daughter's been playing that, and I was like, who's that? Oh, Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa's album is good, man. I'm feeling that. That's good. I'm interested in this Eminem Snoop beef. Yo.
Okay, I've seen that popping off.
It's a tough one because for the hip hop fans, I
remember from back in the day.
Like, for the hip hop heads, it's a good thing. For the culture, I don't think it's a good thing because you know the Eminem fans and it's going to turn into a race thing. So we've got to be careful. So I think they've got to be careful with that thing. I think it could turn into a race thing. And this is what I mean about, and these are celebrities, big celebrities. It seems like nobody can have an opinion anymore. Now, I understand where Snoop was coming from, where he said, I can do without that. I think M took it a little bit too personal. It's like he's just saying he
has no right. Eminem has no right. He has no right to do that. He's been talking shit about everyone forever. And
exactly.
Something about you.
Exactly.
He's upset.
Exactly. So
it's
it'd be interesting because obviously I've heard snippets of Snoop's little digs and that, and it's a good tune. Actually, it's a good banger. But he needs to be careful because this is Eminem now. Do you get me? So like, Eminem will wash him. So he needs to be careful, like, because M will go deep. M will go deep, and like his side B, my God, wow, music to be murdered by. Have you not heard it?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting what happens, but I reckon it will just.
Nothing's gonna happen.
They'll solve it. Yeah,
play for the same team, boys.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But that's the thing. I think Snoop had an opinion. M's got a little bit upset. It's like, bro, chill. Everyone's got an opinion, man. Relax. Like, I think it's not good for the culture, but I think it's good for hip hop heads. TV, do you know what? I don't get to watch much TV. You know, I'm busy, man, and when I'm not working, I'm sleeping. Do you know what I mean? Or I'm with the children. So do you know what I mean? So it's I need to still be mindful of their journey with, you know, going through COVID and checking their mental health and making sure they're okay. I've got to make sure I'm okay, my mental health, the whole police thing. And obviously, like I said, I'm still living this thing with the missus, with her brain thing. It's still going on even now. You know what I mean? I'll still take a time out and go and chill for like an hour before I come in, just to kind of be like, right, I'm ready for this. So she's not the same woman I met many years ago, and you know, which is a shame, but Yeah, TV. I ain't really watching. I'm more into music now. So like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Yeah.
No,
That's cool.
That's
Don't
cool.
worry.
We're gonna do So I got one.
You go on.
The new song by Bugsy and Chip, Notorious, which I
like
like it, man.
I saw it.
I like it still, and I rate the video as well.
It's a controversial one in a group chat.
Yeah. But I think it's a good tune still. I like the video. You ain't heard it, Rich?
No, yeah, I just saw the image on Instagram, like with them two together. That was it.
Okay, yeah. No, good tune still.
Yeah, I'm with it. My bringing this week is from Merkston, who seems to be in kind of album mode, mixtape mode, whatever. He's got a new tune called Podium, which came out on Friday, I believe. But
yeah.
the same, man. It's well overdue. And yeah, I'm looking
is he in that pocket?
Yeah. He lives there. Rich?
I got to bring in. Heard it as part of, I think it was like a selection set or whatever, and I heard the voice and I was like, "He sounds familiar." My bringing is from Kojo Radical, and the tune is called Kashmir Tears, and he flows nice on that still.
Okay,
nice.
Les, you got anything?
Yeah, my bringing is of someone Dan actually brought me on, and I think he brought one of his bringings a while ago, and it's JR, the Prince of NY, and the tune is called Excuse My Pain.
Ram, love for coming on, brother.
Respect, bro.
I didn't know any of that stuff.
Yeah. Blessings, man.
Of that stuff. It shows we got to catch up more for real. But,
yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no, definitely.
They'll definitely have you on again.
Yeah, man. Oh no, quick one. Let me ask you that, something. Yeah, what you don't thought about that Chip and Stormzy beef?
Boy, episode 152 or
Yeah. Gonna have to listen back to that one.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, man. Anytime, man. Just holler, man. I'm around, man. I'll definitely keep you contact.
We'll come down to Brighton for an episode and we'll film an episode.
Yeah, do it.
On the beach.
On the pier. We'll do it on the pier.
Let's do it.
Blows over.
Let's do it.
Come on.
To be honest, I think this COVID thing is going to go on for a while, man. It's going to go on for a while, man. It's going to go on for a while. Yeah. Just my advice is just you lot, I need to tell you because you lot are smart boys, man. Like smart men, should I say. It's pretend you've got it and act like everyone else has got it and you'll be fine.
I hear that.
Just keep that distance and just protect yourself because it's not a joke. I'm telling you, it can come on fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's scary, man. It's real. Trust me, it's real. For those listening who are a little bit skeptical, like, is it really real? Yes, it's real. 2 people I know who've died from it. So boy, yeah, man. It's yeah.
All right, man. That's episode 189.
Yeah.
We're approaching the 200 mark, and we'll be there before you know it.
Yeah, really good.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was gonna say really good episode.
Yeah.
Cold.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. You know what it is. It's the Mandem podcast.
Keep it locked.